Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled, What If Tennessee Never Won the 1998 National Title? How One Collapse Rewrote the SEC Forever. There are moments in college football history that feel inevitable. Moments so locked into memory that we forget how fragile they actually were. 1998 Tennessee is one of them. Undefeated, national champions, the crowning moment of Philip Fulmer's empire. But tonight, I want to ask a dangerous question. What if Tennessee never won that title? Not because they got unlucky, not because of one bad bounce, but because the program cracked quietly and never fully recovered. Because in this universe, the NCAA drops the hammer early, Tennessee cleans itself up, and the SEC evolves without them. This is a story of how Tennessee did everything mostly right, but still lost the future. Act 1, the year that shouldn't have broken. 1998 to 2001. In real life, 1998 made Tennessee untouchable. In this universe, it does the opposite. 2 weeks before kickoff, a sealed internal compliance memo leaks to Knoxville radio. Nothing explosive, nothing proven, just enough smoke to scare everyone. Instead of trusting his roster, Phil Fulmer panics. Veteran defenders are benched. Schemes become conservative. The edge, the confidence, disappears. Tennessee still wins games, but they lose one they weren't supposed to, and that's all that it takes. No SEC title, no BCS championship, no coronation. The media moves on quickly, but boosters don't, because without a national title, Fulmer isn't immortal. And in college football, morality invites chaos. By 1999, Tennessee boosters fracture into two camps. The loyalists protecting Fulmer at all costs, and the reformers demanding modernization, oversight, and control. Emails leak. Assistant hires are questioned. Recruiting becomes political. On the field, the results slip just enough to matter. 8 wins, then 7. Not bad seasons, but for Tennessee, they feel like decline. And by 2001, something unthinkable happens. Philip Fulmer interviews NFL assistants. The rumor leaks. Players find out midseason. That's when the illusion finally goes away. Act 2, the NCAA hammer, 2002 to 2006. In 2002, the NCAA does what it almost never does. It acts early. A formal notice of allegations is issued, not for one violation, but for institutional failure. Extra benefits, shadow recruiting networks, failure to monitor. This isn't a slap, this is a message. Tennessee limps to 6-6, declines a bowl, and Philip Fulmer, quote unquote, retires for the good of the program. Translation, he's forced out. Now comes the first terrible decision. Tennessee wants stability, clean optics, a familiar face. So they hire Larry Coker, fresh off a Miami title. On paper, safe. In reality, catastrophic. In 2003, the NCAA sanctions drop. A 3-year bowl ban, scholarship reductions, vacated wins, probation through 2007. The death penalty isn't spoken, but everyone hears it. Players transfer. Recruiting collapses. Neyland Stadium empties. Coker doesn't rebuild cultures, he inherits them, and Tennessee's culture is gone. By 2005, they're 3-9, the worst season in modern program history. So Tennessee does something rare. They admit the truth. They don't need flash, they need surgery. Act 3, the clean rebuild, 2006 to 2012. In December 2005, Tennessee hires Kyle Whittingham. Not a star, not a salesman. A disciplinarian. Whittingham guts the program. Toxic upperclassmen are gone. Boosters are boxed out. Development becomes law, and slowly it works. 6 wins, 7 wins, 8 wins. No scandals, no embarrassment, but unfortunately, no ceiling. And while Tennessee stabilizes, the SEC doesn't wait. Act 4, the vacuum feast, 2006 to 2012. First, Florida. With Tennessee no longer guarding the East, Urban Meyer moves fast. Speed recruits, Atlanta pipelines, borderline four stars Tennessee once auto won. Florida becomes the East. Then LSU. Les Miles benefits quietly. Fewer landmines, more margin for error. A national title in 2007. Sustained relevance without chaos. And then Alabama. Nick Saban arrives and sees something terrifying. Tennessee isn't guarding the fence. East Tennessee kids become depth signings. The rivalry loses emotion. Psychological dominance sets in by 2008. By 2011, the SEC power structure is locked. Bama, Florida, LSU. Tennessee, they're a tough out. That's it. Act 5, The Invisible Program, 2013 to 2020. Here's the cruel part of this universe. Tennessee's not bad. They're respectable. 8 wins, 7 wins, occasional 9-win season, but no fear, no national conversations, no playoff math. Recruiting stalls at 15 to 20 nationally, permanently. By 2017, Tennessee realizes something terrifying. Elite coaches aren't interested anymore. The job is hard. The ceiling is low. The scars are permanent. When NIL whispers begin, Tennessee hesitates. Compliance fear is institutional. Other programs cheat forward. Tennessee plays fair backwards. In 2020, Whittingham retires. Beloved, respected, but his final verdict is brutal. He saved Tennessee. He could not restore Tennessee. Act 6, The Late Reboot, 2021 to 2025. In 2021, Tennessee finally tries to modernize. They hire Dave Clawson. Smart, clean, innovative, too late. NIL explodes. Collectives consolidate everywhere. The SEC middle class collapses. Tennessee lands in the wrong tier. They have their best season in years in 2023, 9-3, but the losses tell the story. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, always the same wall. By 2025, Tennessee accepted its fate. 7 wins, 8 wins, bowls, calm. No outrage, no hope. Final verdict, the most dangerous outcome. Here's the paradox of this universe. Tennessee avoids humiliation, avoids chaos, avoids becoming a punchline, but it loses something worse, relevance. They become proof of a brutal truth in modern college football. Recovery is allowed, resurrection is not. The SEC did not wait for Tennessee, it evolved, and once it did, there was no way back in. If you enjoyed this alternate sports history deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. What's the one decision Tennessee could have made to escape this fate? Because in college football, the smallest moments, they rewrite everything.